Hey guys, welcome back. This will be the first video that I'm doing on the highly anticipated Dead Matter, currently in development. If you haven't heard of this game, you can check out their website, shown in the video now, and also linked in the description. The premise in a nutshell of Dead Matter is that this is a zombie survival open world sandbox situated in Alberta, Canada. Before I dive into what I'll be talking about in this video, there are a couple of quick disclaimers that I need to clear up. You can skip this if you'd prefer, I'll leave a timestamp in the description for this too. Firstly, Dead Matter is currently in development, as I've just mentioned. With that said, some of the things you guys are seeing in this footage is subject to change. Some of it has already changed. Much of this may look different by the time you get your grubby little survivor hands on it. Secondly, developers behind Dead Matter Quantum Integrity Software Inc. are in no way providing me benefits for this video. This is all my own opinion. Having said that, I'd like to say a huge thank you to the dev team for the insight they've provided so far in the developer vlogs, the questions of mine they've answered in their Discord, and to those that have spoken with me about the game directly. Now, with that out of the way, let's get into what I'll be talking about today. This video will be the first in a series of videos looking at Dead Matter's biggest features and taking an in-depth look at what they include. All of the things I mention will have come from the devs themselves, moderators of Dead Matter Discord, or developer vlogs. One of the biggest features of Dead Matter so far is going to be their ever-changing world, and I really think this deserves an entire video. Now, we've heard this bandied around a lot over the years, with varying levels of detail actually surfacing. It's safe to say that Dead Matter is going into a lot more detail than what I've seen in most survival games. On the Dead Matter website, this is coined as Decaying Substance and refers to the way that the world will break down around you just like it would in a zombie apocalypse. Servers will start at the beginning of the outbreak in Alberta, Canada, which is the first and primary map we'll see for Dead Matter. First and foremost, there will be seasonal changes. We will see this by the full release date, as well as a partial implementation of the seasons during the closed alpha. The weather in seasons will be a big part of the world around you. The amount of daylight you have will change, making certain activities a lot harder to complete. Clear skies may be more common during the spring and summer. Come winter, you'll see colder temperatures and the weather conditions to match. What this means for players is that you will need to plan accordingly for the winter. Plan accordingly is Dead Matter's #1 catchphrase, by the way. Stocking up on perishable foods early on and claiming yourself a hideout is a good idea, because when winter hits, you'll need all the help you can get. Hunting for food will become harder in the winter, but you can always use a greenhouse to grow food at your hideout too. You'll need to think about your priorities to make it through tougher times. You can also extend the life of certain foods using a cooler or a fridge, which you may need power from your own generators, which in turn uses fuel, because at some stage the power grid is going to go down, so you're going to need to scavenge that as well. There are several preparations that you're going to need to make. Fuel, ammo, perishable food, and water will all start to lower in frequency as times progress. The spawns themselves will also shift to other locations around the map. This means that you may have to send out search parties to areas that you're not familiar with. The emphasis will gradually shift to you providing for yourself and your settlement if you choose to work with others. Speaking of others, there will be various factions of AI in Dead Matter. Whilst I won't delve too deeply into the AI in this video, planned to have a whole video of its own, it has been confirmed that factions will change and new factions will arise as the zombie outbreak continues. For example, some concept art of cannibals has been shown. So that would make sense to be a faction that comes along during the outbreak itself, rather than being present from the get-go. Just something to bear in mind. One of the biggest progressive changes going on around you whilst playing Dead Matter will be in the form of your physical surroundings. Unlike many games where apparently the zombies still feel a compulsive need to give fences a fresh lick of paint and keep their front lawns in order whilst players aren't looking, Dead Matter makes no such promise. As time goes on, the elements will start to wear away at certain objects like fences and vehicles. Alongside this, we'll also see the various wildlife extending their wandering radius into towns and cities. They'll feel a lot more comfortable patrolling these areas with no human life present for the most part. This could present you with a golden hunting opportunity, but you'll draw more zombies when doing so in a built-up area, assuming that your weapon is unsuppressed. As of right now, I'm not sure whether the animals in Dead Matter will stay away from areas where others have been shot in the past, but this might be an interesting implementation that the developers could consider to keep hunters on their toes. The final point I'd like to talk about in this video is the dynamic events that will happen around you whilst you wander through the idyllic woodlands, mountaintop resorts, and various residential areas of zombie-infested Alberta. From what's available on the Dead Matter website, we can expect both large and smaller meta events. From animal migration and shortages of specific items all the way down to helicopter crashes with military-grade loot. Having a radio available will help you get a heads up of these aircraft flying over in advance. Obviously, these will pose a potential risk, but high reward in return for the successful survivor. Keep your wits about you though, other survivors will want to get their mitts on the loot before you do, and you best believe that they're willing to kill for it. The goal of these meta events is to mix up gameplay and give the player reason to move around the map instead of getting comfortable in a single area. Make sure that should the need arise, you're ready to pack up shop and go in search of greener pastures. That's all from me in this video. I hope that covers most of what you were hoping to hear about the dynamic changes that Alberta will go through during your time with Dead Matter. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to post in the comments or join the official Dead Matter Discord. There's a channel there to ask questions to the devs themselves. Link is in the description. You can also support the game's development by contributing to Dead Matter's Indiegogo campaign. Again, the link for this will be in the description. There are various packages available for those looking for some cool in-game benefits. Lastly, please consider dropping the video a like, telling your friends about Dead Matter, and subscribing to the channel. I'd very much appreciate it. I'm very passionate about this game, and the more people we have on board, the more chance there is for it to become something fantastic. Have a good one, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.